Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Precious. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the family, and if you're a returning subscriber, I love you. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I drafted and cut out the pattern for this dress. So without delay, let's get started. To begin this, I will just be marking all my vertical measurements. Since this bodice is going to be a tube top that wouldn't have a sleeve, I just went ahead to put 8 inches on my starting line, and I'm going to mark out other areas of my body, such as my bust point, which is 11 inches. I will also mark my under bust, which is 14 inches, and the end of this pattern paper would be my waist. On the other side of the pattern paper, I went down from the starting line by 1 inch, and this is because I want to mark my armhole depth. Not like this is really necessary, but I just want to have a visual representation of how low the tube top is going to sit on my bust, and I'll indicate that with a broken line. And I'll go ahead and connect all the dots together horizontally. Now that I've done that, I'll mark my nipple to nipple measurement, and my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. 8 divided by 2 is 4 inches, so I'll mark 4 inches. And I'm going to be marking this on the bust line. So to make it clear, this is my bust point, this is my under bust, and this is my waistline. I would also transfer my nipple to nipple measurement to my under bust line and the waistline. Now connect all the dots in a straight line. Okay, let me just throw more light on this. This is a very easy pattern, and the most important part of this pattern is your under bust line and waistline. Because we are using ready-made bra cups, the amount of cleavage shown will be determined by how high or low your bra cup is. As it is, I want to go up from my bust line by 1 inch. Now from that point you marked, come in by 1 inch. This is going to be the distance between both bra cups. Now you're going to place your bra cup at about 0.5 inch above the under bust line. This will enable the cup to hold your breast firmly when you're putting on the dress. And we're going to be adjusting the bra cup till one of the tips touches the 1 inch line we came in by at the bust point. Now trace out the cup. Now we're going to come in by 0.5 inch from the bra cup. This would be the allowance we would use to sew our bra cup. And when we're cutting our pattern, we won't be cutting out from the line we drew initially. Rather, we're going to be cutting along the broken lines. And we're going to rule a straight line from the top of the cup to the sides of the pattern. Now is the time to take our darts. From the nipple to nipple line, I came out by 0.5 inch on both sides, and I'm going to connect it to the waistline. Sorry, I didn't realize this wasn't recording. So what I did backstage was that I took my waist circumference divided by 4, and that is my waist circumference divided by 4, that mark there, and then I replaced the dart we took earlier there, and I later added 2 inches allowance and I put that there. Okay, then to the bust, now I took the circumference of my bust divided by 4, and after that I added 2 inches allowance. So that was what I did. And for the part you see above there, that I extended the line above by 0.5 inch. This is the line I intend to use as my sewing allowance, so I just extended the line by 0.5 inch there. I also extended the ones at the side by 0.5 inch there, and I just followed the line and continued the pattern just that way. So that was what I did there. Thank you. Please pay attention to how I cut out the pattern. And with this, we're done drafting the front pattern. Now the back is very easy to draft. I've gone ahead to partition my pattern paper to create allowance for my zipper. And now I'll place my front pattern on the zipper allowance line. And I'm going to be marking the point where our front pattern stopped. I would also be marking the dot lines. and I'm just drawing broken lines to connect both points together. And we're going to be transferring our nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, and we'll mark it there, and we're going to be connecting that to the point we marked earlier. Now from the top of the vertical line we drew earlier, come down by 1 inch, and at the bottom of the vertical line come out on both sides by 0.5 inch. Now connect the vertical line to the dart legs. Now at the center back, I want the neckline to scoop a little bit, so I'm going to go down at the center back by 0.5 inch. Now connect that point to the top of the side back. So I'm going to mark my body measurements, my bust circumference divided by 4, and I marked that area. Remember, I started marking from the zipper allowance line, and I'm going to add 2 inches allowance to that, and the 2 inches allowance falls at the end of the pattern paper, so that's all right. Then I go down at the zip allowance. Now I want to take out the zipper bulge, so I'm going to come in by 1 inch at the base of the zip allowance line, and I'm going to connect a slant line. Now to mark our waist measurement, I'm not going to be starting to measure from the initial zip allowance line, okay? I'm going to start marking from the slants now, the slant line that we drew. So now that's where I'm going to begin the measurement from, and I'm going to replace the darts I took earlier, okay? And then I'm going to give 2 inches as sewing allowance. Now connect both points together. Now to the zipper allowance, since we've taken in 1 inch from the zipper allowance, we have to be sure that the top commensurates with the bottom slant. So we're going to come out by 1 inch at the top, and we're going to connect that to the base of the zipper allowance line. Just watch where I'm going to connect this to. Now this would be your new zipper allowance. Now when we sew this all together, you would realize that there will be no zipper bulge. Now we would extend our zipper allowance above by 0.5 inch, and we're going to do that all across the top of the pattern. This is going to be our sewing allowance. And draw a line to connect the points. And with this, we're done drafting the back pattern, so we're just going to go ahead and cut out the pattern. Now these are the front and the back patterns. Now the skirt is going to be an A-line skirt. I have a detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic skirt in one of my videos, and I'll be leaving the link in the description box. And I just placed that pattern on my fabric, and I determined the length of the gown, how long I want the gown to be, and I marked it all the way down. And I went out from the base of the center back by 19 inches. That is how wide I want the A-line to be, 19 inches there. And after that, I just simply made a slant from the waist down to the 19 inches I marked. So that was all I did. By the way, this fabric is on fold. This is the front part of the skirt, okay? Now to the back pattern, I placed the front pattern I had already cut out on a piece of fabric, and I just cut it out, you know, leaving zipper allowance. But later on, I chose to use the pattern from my basic skirt tutorial to complete the process. So that's just what I'm doing. For the flounce, I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a flounce, so you may want to check that out, and I'll be leaving the link in the description box. To determine the length of fabric you'd use for the halter neck, pass the tape around your neck like this up to the point where the tube top starts. I have a fabric here measuring 14 inches on the width and 10.5 inches on the length, and I'm going to be splitting this into 2, and I'll join both pieces together, and that will just be enough for my halter neck, which is 24 inches. And these are all the parts we need to draft. So in the next video, I'll be showing how I sewed this dress. And if this video was helpful, please give it a like. And if you're yet to subscribe, you can hit on the subscribe button so you can get notified when I post new videos. Until I see you in the next video, bye.